Oh my God, I'm super happy. I'm excited, and that's because we have finally concluded the 30-day series. Wow. It's Q&A session, and where are my people? Where are my people? It's Q&A session. Time for us to talk. I know for those who have been following up on our 30-day series from day one, we started 30-day series May 1st up till this very moment. Honestly, if you have been following up, please hit the like button, because it's not been an easy one for me with my work, and I had to just run the 30-day series. It's a 30 days challenge, and it's just about giving you all the information you need before you secure any property anywhere in Nigeria. So for those who have benefited, please remember to hit that like button. Throw me some emojis. Throw in some emojis. This is one of the best season ever for us, because we have finally concluded the 30-day series. And we've had some clients who have thrown in questions, and then for those who are also waiting to throw in their questions directly, please send it here. We might not be able to check the DMs anymore for questions, and I would definitely treat some of these questions right now, because if you have the questions, you will be able to get a lot of more details on what you need. Now, we have clients who have thrown in their questions, and we have clients who are still going to put in their questions right here. We are live on Instagram. We are also live on YouTube. So if you're tuning in for the first time, do not forget, this is hthannepearlltd Limited, one of the fastest real estate investment company, where you can always enjoy everything about real estate. If you want to learn more, then you stick to this particular channel. Okay, so let's get it started. And for us not to waste more time, my tradition, I greet everyone who have tuned in. We have Ola Sumbo, thank you for tuning in. We have Lux, thank you for tuning in. We have Sina for real, thank you for tuning in. We have Joel, thank you for tuning in. Just as a lot of people will be tuning in, let's just dive into the questions. So we have one here, and this question says, where is the best place to get land in Lagos? Now, it depends on you. When it comes to getting land in Lagos, you might decide on your own to go for a land because you want to get it to build, or you go for a land because you want to get it for investment purpose. It depends on you. Now, where is the best location? There are key locations in Lagos that I really like, and that's because they have very high security style. So when you go there, you know that this place is secured. So you have a land here, you know it's secured, especially on the island. So now let's look at some locations that are secured in Lagos. We have the Likee phase 1, we have the Ikoyi, we have the VI, we have Osapa London, we have Ikate, we have Chevron area, we have Orchid area, we have Ikota, we have VGC, we have Aja, we have I'm calling some very secured access for you. We have Lagos Business School area, we have Shangotedo, we have Abuja, and we have Eleko area, and some other parts. I can't mention all, but I'm giving you some locations where you can get a property. So first, you might really want to consider, what do you need the property for? That will determine where you want to put in your funds. Now let's go to the next one, which is how do you know a land is genuine? Okay, all right. So how do you know a land is genuine? First, you need to visit the location. Okay, we actually did a video on that. That's why I'm really keen on you going to watch the 30-day series. We have a playlist on YouTube where you can watch every video and then learn from this. We talked about how you can know a land that is genuine. So, but I will run through just few things. First, you need to get the locations. 2, you need to run a check, okay, on that property to be sure a land is genuine. 3, you need to be sure that who you are getting it from is also genuine. That one is very important. You can't rule it out. So you see, these 3 things are key things. But if you want the full video, go there right on our YouTube check the playlist, you will see that full video, or you check our link in the bio. Okay, we have pasted the 30-day series link, the playlist itself, where you will see number 1 to 29 there, so you can go there and watch it. Okay, and then you'll be able to gain more knowledge. So let's run through. We have a lot of questions to talk about here. And another person asks, and can you recommend land that can gain more interest in a short time? So if you need land that can make you enjoy a lot of returns in a short time, how short are you looking at? Now, a client will tell me, what about in 6 months? Don't let anybody deceive you. There is no land that will gain so much in 6 months. But if you are looking at a space of 2 years, 3 years, yes, the land can gain a whole lot. 10 years, 5 years. If you want short-term money in real estate, there is a scheme we call realty pin. You need to find out about that scheme and then put in your funds into that scheme, because it's going to be safer for I've gotten a like on YouTube. Thank you so much. Please throw in your emojis. I want to see a lot of emojis, because it wasn't easy for me to run through these 30 days. Compiling work and all of that. So please, I need you to send emojis. I've gotten 1 like on YouTube. Honestly, if you can send me a DM after this video, I owe you something. I know that it might be small, but I know I owe you something. So if you can send me a DM, you are the one that sent me that actually liked one of our video on YouTube. Come on, I really owe you something. So you can't get a short-term gain except you are going for a realty pin, where you get in 12 months and you get some percentage on your money. Okay, so there's a question here also. A client asks that should throw more light on realty pin. Okay, realty pin basically is that real estate investment scheme, all right, where you put in some amount of money from 1 million down to 10 million down to 20 million, 50 million, and you earn 30%, okay, in a space of 12 months. Okay, so now we have clients who have put in their funds in realty pin and they've gotten their funds for the over 4 years. So realty pin is a continuous way where people are making money aside buying a property. So you don't have to own any property, but what they do is your amount is tied to a particular property. Okay, and then if they can't pay you, they give you that property, because that property that they tie your funds to are always higher than what the property is. So it's always good they give you your funds and your interest than for them to give you the property, because the property price is always higher. So get this very straight. And how secured is this? Realty pin is 100% secured with no risk, because the companies that owns this, they have properties that are running in billions. Okay, even I have funds in realty pin, so it is actually 100% safe. Please have it at the back of your mind. So another client asks that for commercial land, how can you make money off this? Okay, all right. So for commercial land, it's simple. There are different ways you can make money off commercial land. One, you can decide on your own to get it and you resell to people who would buy at a very high cost and then give you so much in return back. Okay, so you might decide, sorry, let me just chase this out of my so all right, let's sorry about the distraction. All right, so you can decide on your own, okay, to get a commercial land and then you resell at a later date. Just make sure you are buying something that has good title, okay, and then you resell at a later date and make so much money off it. Oh my god, somebody just dropped on YouTube. Jumi, thank you so much. Say thank you so much for doing these videos. Thank you. This means a lot to me. This means so much. Like, I really appreciate this comment. Thank you. Hold on, no, Instagram people, you people don't want to comment this, so let me talk to dropping good comment here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this comment. Thank you. Okay, so now let's talk about this commercial land this particular client is asking of. So when you're thinking of commercial land and then you want to sell later, or two, do I want to get a JV? There's what we call JV in real estate. It's called joint venture. You get someone who has money to build it, and then you both get a contract, you sign, and then you definitely erect maybe 10 floors, 20 floors, and then you give it out on lease, or you resell and make your money and then share at a particular profit. So these things are just what it is. They are real. And then so many people who are fixing funds this way, some of them see their money, some of them face the risk of JV. You might be dealing with somebody who is not okay. You might be dealing with someone who is not actually sincere. So you have to also be very careful when you are running a JV. That's two. Three, when you have commercial land, if you have your money, you can decide to build on it. Okay, you build and you sell. Okay, and then you make your money, or you build and you rent. When you rent a commercial space, it's more like a stream of income for you. Keep on making money over the years, and then this money you can use it, to do whatever you want to do with it. Right? Some will prefer they build and they sell. So I'm just giving you ideas on commercial plots, what you can do with them. Now if you say, and I don't really have money and I don't want to sell at the moment, you can decide if the place is good for warehouse, you can, and it's closer to a port, which we have some locations very close to the Likee deep sea port on the island. You can decide to get it, and then you use it for your warehouse, and then people come there and lease it for about 2 years or thereabout. Honestly, these are some of the key things you need to know. So let's check some other questions some people are asking here. Somebody said, Anne, can you throw more light on land titles in Nigeria? Yes. So when we talk about land titles, we actually make a full video of land titles in Nigeria, but I'm going to just run through that, okay, so that you get to know. Land titles, the title you see are called titles because they are the documents a particular land has at a particular time. So when you hear people say land title, have it at the back of your mind that they actually mean documents that a particular property have at a particular time. So there are some documents that are recognized by the government. We have the registered survey. There's a video I made about all this. That's why I'm begging you, go back to the YouTube video and run through all the videos. And then we have short clips on Instagram. Then you can go to the highlights and watch the 30-day series color. Honestly, you would appreciate most of these videos that I gave during the season. So we have the registered survey, we have deed of assignment, which is very important, we have accession, we have gazette, okay, and we have CFO, okay, and then we have government allocation CFO. That's actually very new. Government allocation CFO should be about maybe 3 or 4 years now, okay, but it's in existence. So when you hear people say government allocation CFO, it is in existence. So please remember to throw in your questions as you're tuning in into the live video. And then we have the highest of all, the Boboti Baba. I call it Boboti Baba because it's the highest of all title. That is governor's consent. So any of these titles are good if they are genuine. So take note of that. Let's run through the next question. So another person is asking here that what does it take? What does it take to own properties that won't be demolished in Lagos? Okay, so what does it take to own a property in Lagos that would not be demolished? If you don't want your property to be demolished, here are a few steps to take. 1, ensure you get property that has good title. And 2, have it in mind that under the Land Act of 1978, government has right over every property in Nigeria. So the title only helps you anytime government come for your land. They are going to compensate you on the value of what that land is at that moment. Okay, for example, if you bought the land 5 million naira and the land is now worth 20 million naira, okay, or let's say the land is now worth 50 million naira and you got it for 5 million, and government now found out that, oh, they really need this place for some pipelines and all that, which doesn't happen all the time, okay. And then Government is supposed to compensate you with 50 million, just as other prices of properties are selling in that location. So please take note of all this information I'm giving to you, and if you have your questions, you'll just feel free to drop them. Anything about real estate, it's Q&A on real estate today, and let me just pin the question on Instagram, and we are live on YouTube also. Thank you so much, Mr. Jimmy. Thank you so much, Jumi Ola. Yeah, Jumi Ola. I don't know if it's a guy or it's a female, but thank you. Okay, so well, we're going to run through more questions here, and then it's going to be a bit longer live video, but we are going to touch almost everybody's questions. Okay, and then if you have your questions and we didn't treat it today, please have it at the back of your mind that you need to send us via DM or WhatsApp, okay, on +234 81 223 45752. We have all our team on guard to attend to your question, okay? And if you want us to come live like this to discuss about it, and then you have to just I'll send it as a DM. Oh, female, thank you, Jumi. Thank you, Jumi. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay, all right, so now let's go to the next question. So it says, as a first-time real estate buyer, what would you advise me to get in Lagos? Okay, so if you're a first-time real estate buyer, you haven't gotten a property before in your life, and you have been looking out to get property, the first thing I want to know is, why are you even getting the property? What is your need of getting that property? If I'm able to know your need, then I'll be able to tell you how to go about it. Because once you have your money, it's very, very dicey to just enter into the market and then put your money into anything. You might end up regretting if you don't have good mentorship. It's very important. So you need to learn how to have good mentorship, so that by the time you are going into the real estate market in Nigeria, you have a lot of ideas, you are well equipped, you know what you want. Nobody's going to cajole you, nobody's going to tell you what you don't know. These things are what you know. So as you are going into the market, you're actually getting it, So please, first time buyer, find out why you need this property. Let us know, and we will guide you through squarely. I hope I've been able to answer your question. Now let's go to the next one. The next one says, epeproperties. Which of them can you recommend? Are they safe? Okay, now let me tell you that Likee is very big. Likee runs from Abuja down to inside Ibadan. That's where we have Dangote refinery, Likee Tropicana. Likee still runs through where we have Epe Road up to before you will see Ibejuegbe. That's where we call Ibejuegbe. Okay, so before you get there, that's where Likee really stops. So Likee is big and wide. And now, properties I can recommend if you are going into the Likee, where we have Dangote refinery, Likee deep sea port, the one I can recommend for you there at the moment that is residential is 8 million naira. I hope that one is clear. And then if you want the one around where we have the Likee airport, we have property of 300 square meters, 18 million naira. We have properties of 500 square meters, 30 million naira. And we have commercial land of 35 million naira, 70 million naira. If you're interested in that, you let me know. And then we also have one of the newest property around this axis that we call Mabella. Very, very popular and new and still on pre-launch. And then the 300 square meter is 46.5 million naira. The 500 square meter is 69.5 million naira. And then the commercial land, almighty commercial land, which is in 1,000 square meters, is 177 million naira. Very good catch. And the title is CFO, government allocated CFO. So please take note of all this I'm sharing. So when you need property in Likee, honestly, these are some of the locations you should look out for, and then decide on what to do about it. So another question here. I got a property from a company in Lagos, and I have paid for documentation, though they told me that documentation wasn't ready, and it's almost 1 year and 2 months. Till now, documentation is not ready. If you buy a land or a house and they haven't given you documentation for 1 year and 2 months, go and collect your money back. Go and collect your money back. These things are not, you're not picking money on the street. How would you wait up to 1 year and 2 months? Who is doing the documentation for that? Is it spirits? Is it spirits that is doing the documentation? Why would documentation take that long? It doesn't take that long. It doesn't take that long. Documentation can be about 3 months or 4 months, maybe due to some delay from the government office and all that, but not 1 year 2 months. Even if na spirits they do their documents, it's supposed don't come out if it's genuine. I hope I've been able to answer your question. Okay, so another question here. In Ekpe, where is the best location to get properties and then have access to the road? Okay. Where is the best location in Ekpe to get property? That's what a client is asking. If you need a property in Ekpe, honestly, I have to be very frank with you. We have so many properties. Some people tell you, oh, this one is almost close to the express, 5 minutes to the express, 2 minutes to the express. Get this. If he's facing the express, it's facing the express. If he's not facing the express, he's not facing the express. Very bitter truth. So you have to realize that when you need a property in Ekpe and you are talking about express, please make sure you see it. If you don't see it, let them make a video showing you. I'm seeing some love. Oh, people are showing me love. Oh, hey, IG people. Oh, they are showing me love. That's what emojis. Throw me emojis. Throw me emojis. And don't forget, after the video, we have the link in the bio for our Google reviews. Go there, go and drop reviews about 30-day series. I want to see a lot of reviews. When you are dropping your reviews on the 30-day series, please remember to write 30-day series so that I will know it's from the 30-day series. Honestly, it's going to ginger me. June, we might scatter the whole internet. Okay, so Ekpe is a very lovely place to start up with, especially if you're looking for affordable land, you're looking for land that are good. And then you have to also understand that even me as a realtor, I have so many properties on my hand, but there are some I can't sell. I can't beat my chest for. There are some I can't beat my chest for. Even if I have money, I will not put money there. It can be somehow sounding somehow, but it is true. So there are some properties that when I give clients, the client will be willing to give me more clients, and those are the properties that I can recommend to everybody coming to me for a property. So I'll start with the highest. We have the first government allocation CO for land in Ekpe, and a 300 square meter is 9 million, a 500 square meter is 15 million. Commercial land there is 25 million naira per plot for commercial businesses. We have banks, okay, that are going to be there. We have offices, okay, that have already gotten some commercial plots there. So it depends on you, on what you want. So you can start with Ekpe. Don't let anybody fear you. Before, I used to hear Ekpe is too far, Ikorodu is too far. Who is living in these locations? But today I'm hearing millions, 50 million, 10 million. So please, in order for you not to say, oh, you didn't know where and where, these are where. Now, if you are not looking for properties that are a bit lower in this axis, we have the one of 6 million, which is a sport city. It's going to be fully sport city. If you are the type that you like sport a lot, you want your retirement time, you want to enjoy sports, 300 square meter is 6 million. 500 square meter is 10 million. So it's a thing you should rush. Then we also have house, which is a bungalow, very sweet 3-bedroom bungalow in Ekpe. The 3-bedroom bungalow is going for 30 million. No, 2-bedroom bungalow is going for 30 million naira. 3-bedroom bungalow is going for 40 million naira. We have it on our Instagram. Okay, so if you scroll through, you will see the bungalow information. And if you need more of this information about the Ekpe property, send us a DM and type 30-day series. I will know you are from this particular live video, then we can share more details on your need. So honestly, you can still get land of 3 million, 3.5 million naira in Ekpe facing an expressway. This is not backward, facing an expressway. So please take notes. Okay, another question. This one, I don't know how to start. Oh God, Jesus. Okay, Declare said, somebody said, can husband and wife buy a plot of land, knowing fully well that the husband is not faithful and has plenty concubines? Honestly, you see, joint buying for husband and wife is a decision between the husband and the wife. You know, it depends on how your marriage is. It depends on how you want it. Nobody is going to force you to buy. Even your spouse will not force you to buy property with them. Okay, so if you don't feel comfortable with it, you can get your property separately. Okay, if it means you getting half plot separate but together, so you get your half plot, you get your half plot in your name, and they put it together when they are doing allocation. Okay, like this. You see how my hand is? So there's an half plot here, there's an half plot here. So you have your half plot together, and then you decide that, okay, this marriage, we go grow old for each other. We want to build together. You both can now decide, okay, and then build your houses together. That is how I always advise couples who are so scared and lack trust of each other. It's no big deal. If I don't trust you, I don't trust you. If I trust you, I trust you. So that should not be a problem, because some couples find it hard to get a property because they feel, oh, if I get a property separate from my husband, it might cause issue. If my husband to get property separate from the wife, it might cause issue. They don't trust each other and they want to buy property. They should go on a round table and discuss and then agree. So you have a 300 square meter, I have a 300 square meter, and we have it close to each other. So later in future, if we know that, oh, we want to build together, we build together. That is how I advise couples most times. So it's not like it's a must that you both must buy these things. Sorry, I have cold. That you both must buy these things together. So please take notes. Okay, so this is another question. Can I buy a plot of land in my child's name that is still a toddler? Yes. Land buying does not have expiry dates. If you buy a land, it doesn't have expiry date. Like it will expire because your child is small and when your child grow. The only thing about land titles is if the property has a C of O, a certificate of occupancy. In Nigeria, it runs for 99 years. Okay, if it's a global C of O, it runs for 99 years, and then after 99 years the government can give you some amount of money to pay. Okay, so this is just easy. When you want to get your land for a toddler, go ahead, do it, put it in the toddler's name, and you can put maybe your own name as next of kin. So that property runs in your child's name. Your child will grow to own the property. When your child becomes 18, your child can actually have that property in his hand. So I'm trying to express everything that has to do with real estate questions I've gotten here. And then if you have further questions, remember, drop them at the comment section box or send it via DM or our WhatsApp line. Please don't miss out on these things. So we have another question here. Okay, so somebody is asking me, what are the documents every real estate buyer should have? Okay, every real estate buyer should have or must have. Okay, I think this person is trying to ask, what are the documents a buyer should get? I think so. I think if you want to buy a property, what are the documents you are supposed to ask them? Okay, what I will do, let me run through two things. Documents you request for, okay, to do a check on a property, and then documents you get after you have gotten a property. We actually did very extensive video about this, so please, if you have time, go and watch it. Please don't waste time, go and watch it. So one, if you want to get a property, the first thing you might want to ask is you want to get if it has a survey so that you can get the coordinates and do a proper search. You also want to confirm if the property has a file number already in the land registry so that you can get it and then go check on it. If it has a title document, you can also want to get the number. Once you get the file number, you definitely see what the title is. So I hope I've been able to attend to your question. So now let's talk about the next question. And what about the waterfront properties in Lagos State? Are they safe? Okay, so when you talk about waterfront properties, I know it's because of the landmark demolition, right? Okay, the landmark demolition was not because it's not in the right spot, but because the government needed that location for a particular purpose. That was why they went to that location. Honestly, there's supposed to be compensation there. I think I've been seeing some information about the owner of landmark trying to get compensated for that. Okay, so these are some of the things you need to be aware of when you are getting a lake view or a waterfront. You need to keep some meters away. You can see that the main building for landmark was not affected. Okay, only the way to the waterfront, and this is not the first time it's happening in Lagos. It happened to one of the beach about 4 years ago or 5 years ago. One beach they call Likee beach also, yeah, around the Likee area. And right now there are barbed wires. They're not like government is even using the water for anything, but there's barbed wire separating the water from where this particular beach entrance is. So I just want you to have an idea and know how these things are working. And then there are meters you are supposed to keep off. So once you are able to keep those meters off, you relax and enjoy yourself with your waterfront. If you want to cruise, you want to get boat cruise and all that, there are locations you can enjoy that. Sometimes government does not even disturb some areas. Honestly, some areas in Likee that I know very well, they have boats parking even along the water area. So if you are lucky, government might not even come closer to where you have these things. So don't get too scared. All these things I've got procedures. If you can understand the procedures, then you won't have much things to worry about real estate in Nigeria. We have landlords who are sleeping, they are resting, they are not thinking of all this. So relax. You become a landlord, you also relax if you are doing the right thing. So let's go to the next question. So somebody asked me, Anne, what do you think about off-plan property? Let me see the second part. Off-plan property and then property already built. Okay. So when we talk about off-plan property, honestly, you have to be aware that off-plan is simple. Off-plan is that property that they build. As you are paying, they are building. As you are paying, they are building. Now, there are some good recommended off-plan I can give to you in Orchid area. I can give to you in Abuja area. I can give to you in Shangotedo. I can give to you in Abuja. Do you know even there's one new off-plan now that you can own a studio apartment, just a one-room kitchen toilet for 35 million naira. And every time you come to Nigeria, you'll be paying for what do they call it? Shortlet. You pay 2 million, you pay 1 million. You'll be paying for shortlet. If you calculate all that money, some of you even pay up to 5 million for shortlet. If you calculate all that money, you can live in your studio apartment, furnish it to your taste, and then live there, and then be thanking Anne for just keep making you own your own space in Shangotedo. Land in Shangotedo alone is 75 million. So if you have something like that, it's worth so much than you can imagine. So I hope I've been able to answer your question. And then versus built home. Built home is already built. You just carry your money, you buy it, and you move it. So that's the difference. One is construction in progress. They'll be, as you are paying, they are building. Some people even pay upfront and then they get their allocation on time before other people. So while the other one is just normal building, they built already, you're moving. Now, another thing I love about off-plan is that you can tweak your building. For example, if you want to change the way the sitting room is looking, you want the kitchen to be an open kitchen, all those things can be affected if it's an off-plan. Okay, so there are some off-plan I can recommend to you. So Another question here is, and I've been looking out on residential land to buy and build in Lagos in a secured estate, but price seems very untouchable. Untouchable. Okay, so if you want to get land in Lagos to buy and build in a secured estate, it's quite expensive. A secured estate price is different from non-secured estate price. A non-secured estate price is higher than a street that you just want to buy land and build. So you have to understand how these things work and then choose your own shot. Now, if you decide to buy a well-secured developed estate, land, for example, in Shangotedo is about 75 million or 70 million. And the land in Abuja is about 40 million naira. Land in some other locations are just very different. As time goes on, you'll be getting to know more. And then if you need further questions about this, you can ask. So honestly, if you want land in Lagos and then you want to buy and build, you have to understand that the non-developed estate is actually more cheaper than the fully developed estate. Yeah. And then the one that is not in an estate, that is developing or developed, is just in a street, is at your own risk. You will buy material, they might come and steal it when you are building. Omonile will come for their own share. Omonile money now is not very expensive. So you have to choose your shot. Which one do you want to be struggling with? Is it the one that is safe and without stress, or the one that you and them go the digger? You and them go the digger. So when you are able to detect that, you are able to make some of the best decisions for yourself. So Q&A. I hope this is getting very interesting, and we still have people tuning in on our Instagram and then on our YouTube. So thank you all for staying tuned, and then I'm going to still run through some few questions, because I told you we're going to be having 1 hour for Q&A, and then we call it a day. So after then, if you think you want us to be having Q&A, once I see more Q&A, then we would imbibe it into our videos, maybe once in 2 weeks if I can, or once in a week if I can. Then we come live, we talk about all these topics thereafter. Yeah, so let's go dig deep again into more of the questions. So many questions from different clients. Okay, so this other question the client is complaining about is realtor. Okay, it says, I got a property from a realtor 2 years ago, and then I've been calling the realtor, but she says that she's not available, and I've spoken to the company, but no much response. What would you advise I do? Okay, so which company did you get this property from? Who is the realtor? Why is the realtor not happening to you? Which is why I always get realtors who are very, very active. There's what we call active realtors, there's what we call inactive realtors. So if you get a realtor that is active, there's no way the realtor will tell you this, but eventually the realtor is telling you this, you ought to just go back to the company, okay, and then have a discussion with them. I don't know what discussion you want to have with them, but you can always go back to them directly and then talk to them. Okay, if they are not attending to you well, tell them you want to speak with their boss. Okay, and then if you think it's very difficult, you can give us a call. Okay, let's see how we can guide you on the next step to take. Honestly, you should not be stranded because you got a property in Nigeria and you're not in Nigeria. I don't want to always hear that. I go extra mile and thorough for most of clients in diaspora. There was a day a woman called me, one of client who got property from someone, and the client was like, you know what, I don't like the manner of approach. If I don't want to deal with her again, please can you handle this for me? I told the client, okay. I went ahead, I handled everything for the client, and the client was very happy. And then the client actually bought another property from me. So one thing I always say is that, especially clients who are not in Nigeria, I can imagine myself not being in a place and I needed help or guidance of somebody who is already on ground. Honestly, I will feel so bad if I can't get what I want. Honestly, I'll feel really bad. So please, if you're dealing with somebody, send us a DM or send us a WhatsApp chat on +234 81 223 45752. Definitely will give you all the necessary info. So another question is here. So how do you know a property is not scam? Okay, I think we've answered that. Somebody asked already, how do you know a land is genuine? How do you know a property is not scam? One, the property will have government documents. The property will have reputable owner. So we mentioned some other things in, I think there's a video that I made. I mentioned about five information. So under the 30-day series. So I think you should find time, go there and watch it, so that you will be able to beat your chest. When other people are beating their chest, you too, you are beating your own chest. You know what that is. So we're going to get more questions that clients are asking that are very, very important. Honestly, if you don't attend to clients' question, you too, you will not have peace. So that's why we have decided that, you see, our live videos, we are going to try as much as we can to attend to every client question, because when clients understand that you take them at heart, you attend to their question, their mind will be at rest, right? So somebody is asking me now that, Anne, do you think Marbella is a right choice for you, for me? Okay, Marbella is that new, this just happened to me, please, I will DM you after the show. Noted, Jimmy. I'll be waiting for your DM. Please send it to me, and whatever I can do. Somebody's asking on YouTube saying this just happened to me, please, I will DM you after this show. So please send it, and I will definitely attend to it. It's very important you have a lot of things sorted. So you want to know if Marbella is the right choice for you. Marbella is the talk of town. Marbella is that property every real estate buyer should not miss out from. You know why? Because it is something that you Instagram page, and then we're going to call this a day. But before then, I honestly want to say thank you for participating in our 30-day series, and we have passed, we started about 5:30, so we are going to be ending the live video of Q&A session, and then we still have a lot of questions to talk about. Maybe in our next Q&A we were going to talk about it, but we want a lot of people to drop Q&A below this video, so that it will encourage us to do a lot more, create time for us to always come out like this, and then we talk about everything that is really giving you stress when it comes to real estate. Don't let anything stress you. It's actually stress-free. We have landlords, homeowners, landowners, people that are putting billions of naira into real estate, and they are playing golf somewhere in Ikoyi right now. So who says it can't be you? Yeah, don't let anybody stress you with real estate. It's that easy. It is easy. So thank you, people, and remember to drop Google review. We have the link on our Instagram in the highlight. Thank you, Jimmy. We are going to have another Q&A. We want more. At least if we have Q&A enough on our YouTube, on our Instagram, I'm sure we are going to be having Q&A session in our programs. Yeah, so please stay tuned, and do not forget, we are going to be having something very different next month. We're going to enter into the real estate market. We are going to be giving you some beautiful shots of beautiful locations. So you are going to be very expectant by next month. I don't want you missing out on any of our videos. Take your time to visit our YouTube channel, our Instagram page, our WhatsApp TV. So if you're not on our WhatsApp status, what are you waiting for? Send us a DM. Let's store your number, and then you can be seeing everything that we post there. So how do you connect to the WhatsApp? You can send us a WhatsApp chat +234 81 45752. Just type in 30-day series. I know you're from here, honestly. Okay, thank you, people, and see you in our next video. Bye.